I'm so happy having you here. So today, we are going dive into one of the most struggle that couple have, and it's about they say we love each other, but the spark has gone after a while. So all of us have seen these couples that they say, we are best friends, we respect each other deeply, but it feels like we are like roommates. So that's this is the reason is because passion and intimacy are different from sex, and these are two concepts that we are going to have a look tonight. So what we are going to explore is the difference between sex and intimacy, and why desire naturally changes over time, and the role of emotional safety, communication, and vulnerability, and rituals that reignite a connection, and also some practical tools that you can start using today. So by the end of today, you will understand why one partner might say, I'm never in a mood, while the other feels rejected, and most importantly, how to bridge this gap. So, sex versus intimacy, understanding the difference. So, the sex is the physical act, is the pleasure, attraction, and sometimes routine. But intimacy is emotional closeness, being fully seen, accepted, and safe. So, which are two different things, but these are linked together. Some couples, for example, have frequent sex, but one partner feels empty because there is no emotional closeness. Others have deep intimacy, like cuddling, sharing secrets, and emotional closeness, but rarely initiate sex. But lasting passions that both partners feel really fulfilled, it needs both of them, needs both emotional intimacy and also physical sex. So why desire fades over time? So it's normal to desire that for desire to shift. In early stages, there are novelty, excitement, and fuel for spontaneous passion. But over time, like there are routines, kids, work stress, and even like scrolling over phones in bed. All of these distractions that come in the way of affecting the intimacy and sex. For example, a mother of two once told me, by the time I get into bed, sex just feels like another task. Or another man said, we used to stay up until 2 a.m. talking and making love. Now we just fall asleep with our phones. So it's not that love is gone, it's the desire has changed the form. So, what is a spontaneous desire versus responsive desire? So, spontaneous desire when you feel turned on out of nowhere. This is spontaneous. So, for example, partner A sees a spouse changing clothes or instantly wants sex. Partner B is not in the mood at first, but becomes aroused when once intimacy begins. So, the responsive desire is when arousal grows once you start kissing or cuddling. So then we have a spontaneous one, which is comes out of nowhere, and we have like responsive one. So the problem, the partner A think you never want me, partner B feels pressured and misunderstood, and both are valid. They just have different desire styles. So as you see, like one partner, you know, uh, just might not be in the mood, but be aroused when just, intimacy begins, and other partners, but can be like have a spontaneous desire. So this can be like differ in partners. So, and what is the role of emotional safety? Nothing can kill desire faster than emotional disconnection. One woman told me, he criticizes me all the time. I can't relax enough to even think about sex. On the flip side, a man admitted, I only touch her when I want sex. No wonder she doesn't feel close. So, when partners feel judged, dismissed, or unsafe, intimacy shuts down. Passion lives where there is trust and tenderness. So then it's very important, like, that couples know that they say that, a good sex starts from the morning, like when you just, do during the day with the small things that partners do for each other. It's not like, just no contact or no, like, having no emotional connection and then want to just do the physical things. So Gottman has done a research on connection, and Dr. Gottman found that couples who thrive are those who are consistently respond to each other's small bits for connection. Your partner's sighs after work, for example, do you ignore it or say want to talk? That tiny like moment can build or break intimacy. When, for example, a partner comes as tired and like you're asking what's happening and do you want to talk about it and things like that. And then another example is couples who regularly thank each other for small things, like thanks for cooking dinner, report more satisfying sex lives. And this is like gratitude is sexy. So it's interesting. So then respond to beats. Respond to beats means notice and acknowledge your partner's attempts to connect. For example, the partner comes to you and say something, and then the other partners just scroll on mobile and don't pay attention. So this is ignoring the bits for connection. So it's important that when someone like, a partner shows us that they are want to connect, then we will be responsive to the bit for their connection and also expressing gratitude, thanking partner for small acts of kindness, and also create a foundation of emotional safety through consistent positive interactions. So we should be like careful with the interaction we do. And Gottman has a research that every like, one negative interaction you have in partners, they should have 5 positive interaction. Um, and those couples, they can have like longer relationship. But if they have less, the ratio is less, it's highly possible that they separate in the like following years. So that the ratio of positive interaction to negative interactions is very important. So the other aspect that bring emotional closeness and intimacy is vulnerability. So the passion is not just physical, it's about being emotionally naked too. One, for example, client said, the night I told him I was afraid of losing my job, and he just told me I felt closer, and he just held me. I felt closer than ever. That night we had the best sex in months. So when you know your partners loves you, even with your fears and imperfections, then your heart opens and your body often follows. So that this calls emotional vulnerability. You're showing your vulnerable parts of you, your flaws, your weaknesses, and it's still your partner accepts that with who you are and showing affection to you and like comfort you. That is very like attractive and bring emotional closeness. So rituals for connection, the importance of ritual. Desire doesn't just appear, it grows in daily rituals. For example, one couple I worked we began hugging for 20 seconds every morning before work. They told me it sounds silly, but we feel more connected all day. So they say, why they say 20 seconds? Because the oxytocin hormone releases after 20 seconds of hugging in the body. So it's very important when you do the hug with your partner, do a longer one that they can in the body that oxytocin, which is a bonding hormone, it can be released. So that is like one ritual that can help. For example, morning hug and before they go to work. And also having, for example, creating a weekly date night at home, phones off, candles lit, pizza, and just, for example, talking or any nice like dinner and talking. They said like it felt more intimate than going out, for example. That can be one ritual. Little rituals build a bridge to passion. So bedtime checking is another one. Share one highlight from your day before sleep. Okay, what was your highlight from day? What are you like appreciating, or what is like what's your fear or worry? Anything like anything that they is like intimate and can help. So these are three things like morning um hug and like date night and for example bedtime checking, or they say pillow talk also can be nice if it's not heavy, like having a bit of like um having pillow talk. And then now we go to novelty and play. Just turn off your don't know who is the voice is on anyway. So our brains crave novelty, doing the same dinner date and same bedroom routines, that can be boring sometimes. So one couple, for example, they said they started doing salsa dancing for the first time and they said, oh, we felt more chemistry that night in months. So doing like some activities which are new together, exploring new things and new activities and doing that together, that bring novelty and play. So yeah, because desire thrives on curiosity, on laughter and surprise. So there's these three things like, remember, like, if you can have like bring laughter into relationship or any surprise or some kind of curiosity, that really helps. And communication about sex, that is also important. Like most couples don't talk openly about sex. It can changes everything. Instead of saying, for example, you never touch me, try you say that I feel much more loved when you hold me before sex, for example, or if we can like have longer, like for example, play and hugging before sex. So it's very important that we clearly say our needs, because shame and fear and all those taboos, it can build, resentments. People they don't say their needs and they just can build up a lot of resentments over time. So, for example, one couple, they created a yes, no, maybe list of sexual activities. They discovered things they both secretly wanted, but they never voiced. And suddenly their intimacy expanded. For example, they can have a list of things which can be sexual fantasy or like they really want to do in sex, but they have fear to tell each other and then say, oh, do you want this? they can write down a yes, and the other person say yes. Oh, I didn't know you also like this, and then they can try together. So it's that's other also things that you can start doing. So it's very important to be kind of bringing this subject and communicating openly. So instead of saying you never want to have sex anymore, I miss feeling close to you physically, what might help us connect more? It's very important how we communicate, because it can, the first one can, make the other person be in defensive mood and defend themselves, or you are busy, you are not also into the mood, or you don't want, or and then but the next one would be, um I miss feeling close to you physically, is just saying about your own feeling and how much you love your partner and how much you want to be close. And also asking, what do you think can help us to connect more? That is more kind of helpful. And so, how to heal sexual disconnect? When couples avoid sex, is often not about attraction, it's about unresolved emotions. Very important. So, it's not the attraction has gone, it's about unresolved emotions. One couple avoided intimacy for months before unspoken resentment. Once they addressed it outside the bedroom, desire returned naturally. So people who cannot let go easily, so they have problems in forgiving their partners and forgiving the emotions, and they are not good at resolving problems, and they are not good at saying their needs and speaking, and also letting go of that negative emotions. They usually have more problems with sexual physical intimacy as well. Because in sex, it's very important that both partner be like quite, it needs they both be in the moment and they can enjoy it. And with like when you hold on to resentments and things, it makes it very hard to enjoy being together. So another, for example, client realized his exhaustion from overworking was the real barrier, not lack of love. Once he adjusted his schedule, intimacy flowed again. Yes, some people, that they are work hard and they get tired. It's very important to have some time, like allocate some time for this, and bringing also some priorities on having like physical intimacy and emotional also intimacy like during the day. So this needs kind of planning. So practical tools for couple. So scheduling intimacy. So for example, one couple set aside Sunday mornings. At first, it might feel awkward. Then they said, no, we look forward to it all week. And the other things which can help, eye gazing. That is amazing. Sit face to face for 3 minutes. And then, at the beginning might be weird, but they say, eyes is a door to the soul. So it's very like, I mean, it's good for emotional connection. And it can be also arousing, like sitting face to someone for some minutes, like it can be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and just saying no words and looking at their eyes. So one couple said they laughed at first, but they said they felt deeply connected, because connection starts from eyes. It's very important. And also daily check-ins. So, for example, asking what was the best and hardest part of your day. It can build emotional intimacy that carries into the bedroom. So, what are the takeaway like things from this webinar? So, Desire evolves, it doesn't disappear, it transforms over time. And emotional safety, like is trust and tenderness, which create a space for passion. So both partners feel when they feel emotionally connected and safe, that can help. Novelty brings curiosity and usually new experiences. They all can reignite chemistry. So, for example, for this one, I can say, like, every couple, for example, do sex in a bedroom. Like, what if they bring sex to other places? And, or like, trying, like, bringing, like, there are many ways, they can look for and, like, bring kind of a bit excitement and a difference into their relationship from doing different activities together to kind of also in sex trying different things. And also communication, the importance of that, that how is important to open, especially about the needs, the things that you want in a relationship. So desire doesn't disappear, it evolves. Passion thrives when there is emotional safety, novelty, and communication. Sex and intimacy fuel each other. Neglect one and the other weakens. But with the small intentional actions, couples can reignite the spark. So, so tonight, if you have a partner, ask one simple question. What makes you feel most loved by me? That is a very good question. If like there are couples that you can write down what makes you feel most loved by me, and then you can do that more. So this question alone can open the door to intimacy. So thank you very much for joining me. If you would like going deeper, I invite you to connect with my community. And remember, passion is not lost, it just needs tending. And if you need like a one-to-one session, you can book a call with me. Thank you very much, everyone.